Now I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. I am wearing the same shirt I've been wearing the past like couple live cons because I'm doing a lot of bulk recording. Because it's very important because I already have midterms coming up, guys. It's intense out there in the world of college. What's going on, ladies and gents? Dangerous Moose here bringing you today I'm bringing you some more Battlefield Hardline live gameplay. And I wanted to talk about games in general again, because I've heard a lot of things through the lovely place of the interwebs and ear by ear and alpha testers and all this stuff and what's been going on, and I want to talk about our up and coming games, particularly Mr. Star Wars Battlefront. Now, there has been an article, and I'll link it down below. Actually, it's a video, and I'll link the video down below, but it's a video of a guy on an article, which I'm kind of making a video on about. It's just so many videos. Just fucking videoception. Just videoception. Just videoceptions. Stay on the video. Illuminati, I'm out. Anyways, back on track. So I want to talk about Star Wars Battlefront and rushed games that are being rushed, because it's a thing. Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline. Well, no, actually, no. Battlefield Hardline was not rushed. Battlefield Hardline was delayed as fuck and still managed to forget content, but it's still kind of fun. Anyways, with these games that are coming out, I'm getting a message. I'm going to get on later. Alright, oh, okay. Bye, Ist. Alright, we're in the middle of a live con. Bye, dude. As we're recording this, bye. So, just with games in general, well, let's first talk about Star Wars and that article I was talking about. So, apparently one of the alpha testers, because the Star Wars alpha was a thing, it was very limited, so I've heard, obviously, there was a lot of people that tried to get in it. It probably had a lot of it was probably just everywhere, right? You know, it's Star Wars. People wanted Star Wars, so they probably hopped on their Star Wars alpha. But from what I've heard, the game, yes, it's in an alpha state, but even for an alpha state, it was stated that the game is just rushed, and most all of the effort has gone purely into aesthetics, which isn't a bad thing at all. But when they said it came to gameplay and things, they said it was either not working or kind of like, I know they're appealing to the casual gamer, but apparently it was really fucking easy. Like, apparently when playing Walker Assault, if you didn't win as a defender, there must have been no like enemy, like the enemy team, like there was no just defender. You know what I mean? Like, I heard that, especially on Hoth, once you got a snowspeeder going around the AT-ATs, it was like game over at that point, because I just saw like a weird insect beside me there. I was about to like scream on video and like slap a hoe. But you know, yeah, back on topic. With that, you know, being said, obviously it's an alpha and that's what they're there to fix, but what more, like, the beta comes out in a couple days, so we'll get like a proper, I guess, test of that, obviously. But with that being said, why rush a game? You know what I mean? I know their target is to release it with episode 7. They want to make that bank. There's probably going to be tons of stupid deals between the movie and the game, and you know, that's cool. You know, I understand, and I'm not looking for Star Wars to be the next MLG big game, but I am looking forward to it to being a game that I will play like I play Battlefield. You know, I know it's not Star Wars Battlefield. I know, I'm aware of that, but I am still looking for it to be a good game. Do not get me wrong. You know, I understand it's casual, and I was looking forward to that, but I would really appreciate it if DICE would take upon some of their, you know, things that they're testing here on the CTE for, well, it's not even technically DICE. Stockholm has control of CTE, so I don't know how that internally works, but just with, you know, if they took some of these major issues that they have with Battlefield, you know, on the CTE. Let me rephrase that. If they took their fixes that they have on the CTE and they put it in to Battlefront, I think that game would immediately just be on a good scale for the competitive gamer, the casual gamer, and you know, it makes the masses happy. You know, you have this guy teabagging me? I'll fuck him up later, it's okay. But you know, it would just, you know, it doesn't matter if you're a competitive gamer, if you're just or a casual. What matters is the game technically working at core. Even if it's super casual, I want the game to work. I want me and my son to sit down and we're playing co-op together and we're shooting on the stormtroopers, but I don't want no glitches to happen. You know, I don't want when I'm playing online, I don't want no lag, I don't want no crappy bullet connection. You know, I don't want to get, if this game is meant to be casual, that probably means it needs to be in a fairly good working state. So, if the alpha is apparently giving back extremely negative things, and knowing DICE Stockholm's record, because remember, DICE LA is in charge of CTE that's actually trying to fix Hardline and Battlefield 4, mostly Battlefield 4, then it's clearly a different story. But what DICE Stockholm has done to us in the past has kindly gone, here's the game, thanks for the money, hey, the game's not working, hey devs, I'm having this issue, hey devs, Twitter, oh, issues being fixed, don't worry about it, no replies, and they kind of just leave you in the dust with their game and say, wait for the DLC to come out. Stockholm, not a good thing. Now, don't get me wrong, they're fantastic at making games look great, and their mechanics, like, their games are good, but, you know, Battlefield 4 was very bad, as we all remembered on launch. Battlefield 3, rocky start. Battlefield Hardline, well, that was visceral, so, you know, but it didn't take until a new making of a company of DICE LA to come along and fix the game. Now, once again, I know I'm comparing this to Battlefield, but these are the same developers technically, and yes, I know it won't be the same experience, but doesn't mean they can't translate their past mistakes and everything else over to their current making of a new game to make something that's working state, plays good, looks good, has all that shit. I think personally, what DICE should now start doing with their developments is make it so DICE LA starts making the fucking gameplay and all that shit, and then DICE Stockholm just makes the maps and all the other aesthetics. Because clearly one company does it a lot better than the other. Now don't get me wrong, the community map project looks fantastic, but clearly DICE Stockholm is definitely a very good graphical industry. Now, DICE LA is very good too, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying anything wrong with that. But clearly DICE LA is more welcoming to their community than DICE Stockholm was, and therefore, well, you get what I'm saying here. If this is going to be an issue, it's not the issue that I want Star Wars to be like, oh my god, competitive, the game needs to be so MLG. I know it's casual, I said this 100 times, but at the same time, the casual player and the competitive player want the game to work. Now, there's casual people that pick up Call of Duty, and the same formula works over and over again. And that's just kind of why Call of Duty works, I guess, right? But then at the same time, it's like, well, there's still casuals that pick up Battlefield, and there's casuals that were upset with the game on launch. Which is fine, because the game did not work to standing. You just spent $70 on a game, and it doesn't work. What the fuck? You get what I'm saying here? It's not fair to anyone to be lacklustered in an experience because you want to make your goals. You know, I believe as any artist or anyone could say, if you're creating something, you have an envision, and you want to make it a reality. Why take away from the time that your dream could come a reality just because, you know, you're being pressured by Disney and you're being pressured by EA to make the game come out by the movie and so it can compete in their box office sales and the release sales with their, you know, all the big games that are coming out this fall and winter. and obviously the movie. It's just not. It's not right. It's not fair to the gamers and the consumer or the developers to be that, because what if they just want, you know, the developers are probably hard stressed too. Like, they go to E3 looking at everyone, they're like, Jesus fuck, we are so sorry for this atrocity we are about to release upon the public. Or they probably are just used to it at this point and they're like, God fucking damn it, we better need to make this work. You know what I mean? It's not fair to anyone. It's not fair to, like, this guy, he deserves a revive. It's not fair to him for me to leave him there, right guys? You know, it's just things like that. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it here, guys, because that's really all I need to talk about. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You know, I hope games aren't continued to be rushed in the future. It's not necessary. It's not, you know, it's just, it's not fair. It's not fair. Anyways, guys, tell me what you guys think down below in the comment section. I'd love to interact with you guys. You guys are all so beautiful. And I'll see you sexy beasts in the next episode. Peace.